Louis like like on a space station. Like here comes the new guy.
Hey,
dirty,
everybody!
like put him in dirty, like the old Ben Stiller show when it was on MTV, not with the whole cast. When it was just him and Jeff Kahn, they would do like Rain Man on Star Trek. It was like this weird mashup.
What was that?
It was on MTV. It was the Ben Stiller. He quit SNL like 4 shows in,
right,
and was like, "This is fucking crazy." And it was just him and Jeff Kahn, and they would do like Rain Man.
Oh, yeah.
And Ben does like an incredible Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, right?
And then Jeff Kahn would be Rain Man and Spock. And they're on, but like all the extras, and they redid the Enterprise exactly. And he's like, "Yeah, definitely want you to be. Who's your science partner, Ray? Come on, Ray." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm your science partner. Yeah." And like it was all and like him as Shatner, like they would all do these crazy mashups. So I would want to do Louis, like Louis goes to Dirty Dancing. I don't know, but I can dip my balls. And like Vision Quest, like Louis shows up in Vision Quest. Who's gonna wrestle shoot now? I don't know.
High flying around.
I don't know if he'll make weight, but if he does, I'll dip my balls in it.
And what is Vision Quest? Isn't like 50 million people be wrong? What is that line in Vision Quest?
I don't know.
I just brought it to a big fucking
No.
halt.
Do you want water? Do you want something cold?
Do I look like I'm?
No, but I see you mopping your brow.
No,
like
I have
you're at the 11th hour of a telethon.
I'll be honest with you. I have a shiny T-zone.
T-zone.
I'm oily.
Are you really?
Wait, I got the right here. I'm Italian. I got it.
Your father-in-law. You're Italian.
Yeah.
Your wife is of Asian descent, and I'm not going to guess wrong.
She is half Japanese and then half white, and she grew up in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
and your father-in-law, if we can digress,
is a master martial artist, a karate dojo.
Those are the guys with black belts with like red stripes on them, and they do sword play.
Yeah, he's like a big deal. He's he's a badass.
You showed me photos on your phone, and he looks like he almost looks like an Asian Wayne Newton.
I never looked at him that way. I'm gonna have to now go back.
Only in that photo in your phone.
Yeah.
And I mean this in the most complimentary way possible.
Well, I think that picture I showed you, we were heading over to a Wayne Newton concert, and he just wanted to.
He's wearing a shirt saying
he always
Shane.
dresses up like Wayne Newton when we go.
He spoke in syllabadesh. And he's a karate grandmaster.
He's a big, yeah. And we went to Tokyo about 5 years ago for one of his tournaments, and he has tournaments every year. And but when I went down to Birmingham to meet him at his dojo.
Let's just hold on a second. So you're dating your wife how long when you meet her father?
Well, he came up actually. The first time I met him, he came up to L.A. and he and his wife came up. My mother-in-law, and then he stayed with me, and we watched the year that Aaron Boone hit the home run against the
Boone.
Against the Boston Red Sox, and we watched that game at my house. So that was the first bonding experience. So it was just me and him, and he loved Joe Torre.
Yeah,
Joe Torre is the best. Because Joe Torre is very disciplined and very
good man. Joe Torre,
right?
Friend of the show.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he here?
No.
Oh, all right.
But later I can tell you great Joe Torre stories.
Off mic.
No, I'll tell you on mic, but I want to hear about this.
Anyway, so that was the first time I met him. But then,
I'll write it down. Joe Torre.
Then
watch Burning Love on burninglove.com. Go ahead.
And then I went down to.
So wait, hold on. I'm sorry, but your girlfriend at the time says my father's coming to town. He's a karate grandmaster.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, most.
Well, it's hard to. It's scary to meet a father of a girl you're dating to begin with,
right?
But when he's
not a black belt.
No, he has his own school, his own style of karate.
Does he ever try to get you to come take lessons?
No, but he'll
you could more protect my daughter.
He'll work out, he'll show me workouts and he'll tell me things I need to do.
And what was the workout? You told me off mic before we started. You and him did some crazy insane.
Well, he's 70 years old, and we did 70. I've just started because of Burning Love. I had to. Erica wrote this part, and a lot of it I had to take my shirt off. And
you're the fireman.
I was a fireman.
You really look like an NFL quarterback. You for people listening, Ken Marino, definitely jock body.
I was not in good shape. And I had to get in good shape. So I lost a lot of weight. and I started circuit training, which is basically like the only way I feel like I could work out, which is do it really fast, get your heart rate up, don't sit around, fart around, and like between reps and stuff, just get it done as quickly as possible. But it works, it helps.
Yeah.
And so he came over, and I was doing a pretty hard workout, and he came over. He's 70 years old, and he jumps in, and it's me, my 26-year-old brother-in-law, and my 70-year-old father-in-law.
And what was the workout? Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, it was like 150, just squats.
Don't be modest, brother.
Bells,
Tell us.
Pull-ups, dips, all the things you do.
But you don't stop.
You do not stop.
And you shock your body.
Yes, you just keep going. You keep your heart rate up, and
Yeah.
you just keep going and going. And he just like kind of walked downstairs, took his shirt off, and started working out with us. And like he's 70 years old, and he was doing it better than us. And it's mind blowing.
And at the end,
He goes, "I don't approve of your workout."
What didn't he like about it?
Well, I think it was
Too rushed.
There wasn't enough. He's right. There wasn't enough stretching, and there wasn't enough stretching, and there wasn't enough. He wanted me to run for like 30 minutes before, and I was like, if I ran 30 minutes before, that would be my workout.
Yeah. That's what I do between weights is I run on the beach for like 33 minutes, 35, and that's my whole day. I don't do abs, and then I go order a pizza.
Yeah. And so
I don't approve. You should have said, "Why don't you kiss my ass?"
Yeah, right.
Oh man, I'm so sick of your shit. You were talking about your buddy putting his hand on his pants and then touching food, and it reminded me of a story that is.
So that was the creation, or that's how I wanted it. My balls. That's how I wanted it. My balls came to.
When I was in Cub Scouts, there was 3 black kids in my high school: Jerville Gibbs, 2, and Joel Love. So, like, if you want, like, the weird, of course, in public schools in New Jersey, Jerville. Like Anthony and Shaquille before Anthony and Shaquille. Jerville Gibbs, Gigi.
Where is Anthony?
Anthony's just someplace getting a check, man.
Where's X-Man?
Oh, get him, X.
Where's X-Man?
Supersonic turn Nick.
Where's Mace in your face?
Mace.
I
got my hair cut correct like I'm Anthony Mason. I like the X. I love the Anthony Mason. Those two, we'll get to that. So this is tremendous. So Jerville Gibbs and Joel Love are the 2 black guys in my school. Jerville was in my Cub Scout troop. And I remember once he was in charge of handing out our snack. And he was like 8 of us and Jerville. So like 9 kids total. And Jerville was like, black, like deep space, like fucking purple, black, minute black. And he was handing out powdered donuts and putting them on like napkins, and then he was licking like this white powder off of his uber black fingers, and then going back into the bag and then handing them out and then licking his fingers, and we all go, whoa, you're licking your fingers. And then you're touching the donuts. And I quote, Jerville Gibbs goes, "I'm licking my fingers after I touch the donuts, dumbass." And then we all...
But that's classic Jerville. I mean, that's, what did you expect him to say?
We all, as a group, as a block, went, "Oh."
Yeah, he's
and
right.
We really all went, "Oh." And he just kept handing them out. And it wasn't until I was like 20 where I went, "Oh, that was hard."
It didn't make any sense.
Eating another man's fingers in my mouth. And usually I pay for that. How collaborative was the state? When you guys wrote, who gave in? I guess I should just stick with my initial question. How collaborative was the writing on the state?
We all wrote together. We all wrote in little groups. I mean, there was a friendly, competitive nature to it, and so we would all go off and write stuff either individually or break off into small groups. I wrote a lot with like David Wayne or.
That's what I was going to say. Who did you have a guy where you were like
David? I would write with Black, sometimes Showalter. There was one big session.
Was there one lone wolf? Was it Thomas? Was he like the guy like would go away?
Tom's the kind of guy who would write by himself, but he wrote with other people. But he would write stuff, and he'd come in and he'd read it, and we'd be like, "Great, let's just shoot that. That's kind of perfect."
No reason to rewrite this.
Right. Whereas, like, I'd come in and I go, "I have this idea where this woman is having it's PMS and
Does it have
she's
to
at
be
a
a woman?
restaurant. It's
Why is it gotta be? Sorry.
no, but I'm like, I want every state member to be a different part of her personality. So in the sketch, we're all going to play a part of her personality, but we're going to have to figure out how we're going to switch off. Like we're going to have to walk behind columns, or we're going to have
filming rope.
Right, exactly. We're shooting in one shot, and it was in front of a live studio audience. And
oh,
so
really?
Like, yeah, and I would come.
You guys were all so ambitious.
And I would come with like shit like that, and I'm like, but I don't know what the end is. And then like I think it was Black or something. It was like, well, the waitress can not have had cigarettes, quit smoking that day, and so she's like even like more out of her mind than the woman on PMS or whatever. And like, so I didn't always come in with like full sketches. Whereas Tom, I remember Tom was the guy who would always come in with like
Norm
solid.
Macdonald was that guy. You guys didn't have to pitch to like an oligarch. Like you didn't have like a guy you had to pitch to.
No.
You had autonomy pretty much, right?
Right, but that's why
until they asked you to have a recurring sketch and you shoved up their ass and dipped my balls in it. It's so fun. All right, you know what? Fuck it. Go to YouTube and just type in "dip my balls in it."
Last Supper, but Louis in the Last Supper.
Louis in the Last Supper. But really, you got to see Burning Love, you guys. And we're gonna talk a lot about it. But we all had to pitch to Lorne, and then I realized early that I would pitch all like my real ideas and like I wanted to impress everybody, and I would give like, and then this happens, and then this is the joke, and then this is, and the big twist is this at the end. So then when it got to the table for table read in front of like 40 people, no one laughed because I did the sketch in the room, and then I realized like a couple months in there was the art of the fake pitch, and like Kevin Nealon and Norm Macdonald, it was like a contest every week to see who could come up with the fucking weirdest fake pitch that the host believed was actually happening, and the rest of the room we all knew it wasn't. Lorne knew it wasn't.
That's awesome.
But I remember like Kevin Nealon every week would do 2 fake pitches and go, also I have this idea where you live at the top of one of those runaway truck ramps, in your house all the way up there. And it's like dinner time, a truck comes flying through your house, man. And the host would go, yeah, this is funny. I mean, but every week. And we would all just be laughing so hard. And the host is looking around like, yeah, that is funny, right? But we're laughing because the host is a fucking moron. And then Norm, I remember, it was Bob Newhart goes, I got this idea. People always confuse literally and figuratively. A guy will go, hey, how was that movie you just saw, And I go, oh, my God. It was so funny. I literally laughed my head off. But he didn't, because he's got a head still. And Bob Newhart just stared at Norm like, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard. And then Norm, like a dog with a chew toy, was like, I'm not leaving this room until, like, they fucking lock the doors like a prison movie.
He's going to break them?
Like, yeah. And he goes, or you go, hey, how's your wife? Well, she literally died. When she got your message, she literally dropped dead right there on the floor. She's died. She literally died, and he's moving like closer.
Did Newhart break at a certain point?
Yeah, eventually he just fucking won. And then that week, Norm did a sketch where he was Charles Kuralt, and he was the only. It was just Charles Kuralt alone talking to camera, and we're all like in full Charles Kuralt makeup, unrecognizable, and you're like, how the fuck do you... Like, his fake sketches were better than anything I ever actually got on air.
He's amazing, isn't he? He's an amazing guy.
He is amazing.
He's a super funny
comedy,
guy.
I got heard for like 2 years, I'd go to a comedy club and they'd go, yeah, Norm was here last week. It was pretty fucking weird, dude. And I'm like, what? And my wife and I would like... go like, what's going on with... Like, I hope he's okay, And then you see his Comedy Central special. Perfect.
Right.
So the joke's on everybody across the country. Like, yeah, he was really weird. He's got these other guys following him. Like every town had a different. Like, I think he was super high. And another town's like, he really gambled. And another town, he came in with 19 men. like that strange. Like he made us bathe. Like he had to be bathed, or he wanted something for his feet. And then just you see his Comedy Central special, perfect. My father died. My grandfather died. My great-grandfather died. To the best of my knowledge, he's dead, you know. I come from a long line of death. And you're just like, this is perfect comedy. So, however it works for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Would you agree autonomy is really the best way to get great stuff out of creative people?
Would I agree? Autonomy is really the best way to get...
If you were running MTV and the state came in, like, it seems like the way you guys were set up, autonomy, just do